Hey everybody, welcome here to Musicians Edition. I'm Evan on the guitar, and in this video I wanted to talk about D string chords, or chords that you play with just the top 4 strings on your guitar. The most common chords you will come across are those that are played with the root note being on the low E or the root note being on the A string. So you might be playing like your A shape or like your E shape. But these chords I wanted to look at are movable D string chords, where we're only going to use these top 4 strings. And these are great because they're going to highlight a more narrow range of tones, just being higher up here. So if you're playing with, or in the music you'll hear it commonly in, is if there's a bass or another guitar that you don't want to be clashing with. So you don't want to be playing low notes because you want to just stay higher up to not clash with a lower rhythm or driven guitar or another bass. So this is great to have a guitar shine more on its own without being so muddied with the other instruments. You can kind of have more of your own dynamic range to play with higher up, so you can shine more in a song and not clash with those other ones. So those are often the settings where you'll hear these being played. You can use them if you're in a band, or again, just to be more familiar with your chords and be able to pick these out. I do come across these ones pretty commonly, especially some of these shapes. And these are going to be ones that we can move all the way up and down the guitar, like our bar chords. We already know the standard D shape, but we're not going to use that because it's a little bit hard to play barred. You'd have to stretch your fingers out quite a bit to be able to play your regular D shape and use all your fingers really stretching, and it's kind of hard to do on the move between chords. So we're going to look at some other ways to play major, minor, major 7, minor 7, all those common types of guitar chords, using these 4 highest strings. All right, our first one to look at is the standard major chord. You might recognize this shape because this is like the F major shape. If you play it with the top 4 strings, we would play F major up here. And that's matching what you would see here as well too, the same shape that is. For F major, we would have it be on the 1st fret, then 2nd fret, then 3rd fret. But we can move this anywhere on the guitar, and we can play this major chord anywhere on the guitar. So we could go up here and again play that same major chord shape just by playing these top 4 strings. All right, and you can see in this picture, in all the pictures, we're going to see the root note is the one in red. So that is the note that the chord is named after and based after. So to know what chord you're playing, you just have to look at that one note. So for example, if I put my one finger there on the 7th fret and then the other one's like this, so that would be root note on the 7th fret there, and then other ones there, matching up with that picture we see. So that would mean this one on the 7th fret is my root note. And if you have that memorized, if you want to count the jumps from D, you totally can. I usually just have a picture on my wall if it's one that I'm not so familiar with. So we could pull up a picture like that, and we could see that this is A. So this would be an A major chord, with our root note on the 7th fret of the D string, making that A. So with this major shape, we could slide it around and play other major chords. But we need minor chords also, so let's look at our minor chord shape, and it's a pretty easy transition between the two. So changing that major to a minor chord, here's what both of those look like. We really just shift one finger over, but another way to play that is to bar those 3 strings that you're going to be playing, which is the highest 3 strings there. You can bar it with just your index finger. You can use your free middle finger as support to really push down. If you really hate the bar chords and you can't do them, you could use your 3 free fingers and use your pinky to play that higher one if you're able to reach it. Do whatever's easiest for you. For me, it is easiest to do this bar and then use my ring finger or my pinky finger to play that one other string I need to play. And you get a minor chord like this. So that's how I'm playing that. I bar with my 2 fingers, a little support there. Then I'm going to use my ring finger, or depending on where I am on the neck, maybe the pinky. And the easy way to change from major to minor is to just use your middle finger to play that one extra one that's in between your ring and your index finger. So I can go from major and just lift up the middle finger, and now I'm onto a minor. practice those changes. You just leave your index finger barring these 3 strings the entire time. So you just have your index finger barring these 3 strings the entire time. You have your ring finger in the same spot the entire time, and you're just picking up and putting down your middle finger to change from minor to major. So this would be A major to A minor. And we can slide this shape and change between those. Like this, if I start at an A major, go down to a minor, this would be an F sharp minor. I can slide back up to A, go up to a B minor, C minor, and finish on, let's say right here. So you can move around this D string by just major and minor chords if you know your chord progressions. If not, check out some other videos on those here on Musician's Edition if you are looking to build your own chord progressions. But otherwise, now you can recognize these chords. Now you know how to play them. Once again, there's our major. This is our minor chord. Make sure you can play both of those. Again, the easiest way for me being to bar with 1 or 2 fingers, and your ring or pinky finger used to play that higher up one. So again, you'll see, especially if you play on an electric, if you're more used to playing rock music, this is great to just get the higher tones without clashing with a bass or another kind of lower instrument. So just playing higher up here, you get a nice, just clean, high sound out of that chord. All right, to add in a couple chord variations here, we're gonna look at 7th chords. The major 7th is especially pretty common like this because it's not too hard to play. The minor 7th is a bit harder, so I don't see it as much, but we'll still look at both of them just so you're able to recognize them and use them on your own. So for that major 7, we're gonna play like this, where we just have 1 finger going diagonal down on a different fret. So compare it to the major and then to that major 7. So our root note is in the same spot. The only change is being this, what we play on this high E string. Instead of 2 notes on the same fret here, we're gonna stretch them out. And so I'm gonna need my pinky, my ring finger, my middle finger, and my index finger, all just kind of descending 1 fret at a time there. And that is our major 7 shape. My root note being the highest up one here, and that is still A if you're on the 7th fret here. And that is your major 7 chord. Compare it to your major chord. And that is our change there. So one more time. That's our major 7, in this case, A major 7. This is slidable. We can move this all around. We can go B major 7, the same exact shape. We can slide up to C even. All around with this. So that is our slidable major 7 chord with the 4 highest strings. I do see this one quite common in any music with major 7ths. A lot of indie rock, a lot of jazz, things like that, where you hear the more complex chord shapes. In a lot of songs where you're again gonna have another guitar or another bass, and you just wanna highlight these higher up notes and let your chord shine through more by itself. Our last chord being the minor 7. This one's a bit harder to play, and so for me, if I'm doing these, I'll usually just stick with a minor chord if I'm gonna stay higher up here with these top 4 strings, because that one was easier to play. The minor 7, a little bit harder. It's really just the D minor 7, but just being moved around. So for example, if I want to stick with A on the 7th fret here, here's our picture. I'm gonna have to play 7, 9, 8, 8. So I can figure out what fingers work best for me for that. I can use index and then middle and ring here on these middle ones, and then pinky to finish it off. And that gets me my minor 7 shape. Okay, to have a closer look here, I'm playing these right here. So my root note, my 2 low ones here with the ring and index, and my pinky playing that last one. And I'm able to play that pretty comfortably. It's just a bit hard to quickly change into this shape, which is why it's a bit less common. But play around with your fingers. You could also bar these middle 2 and then use your ring finger or your pinky finger on this last one. Find whatever's comfortable for you, but again, that is our slidable minor 7 shape using these D string progressions. Okay, we can move that around anywhere, up or down. All right, so let's look at all 4 together here. So that was major, minor, major 7, and minor 7. So go ahead, jot these down, take a screenshot of them so you have these saved. I always try to have all the different chord types just in a picture on my wall so I can see them all there, or written down so I can kind of know what's available to me. And adding these ones to your repertoire is great. You can now slide around on the D string and make progressions that way. You can include these in going back and forth between A string chords and D string chords and having another way to jump between without having to slide so far. So if I want to go from, say, this 1 chord down to my 4 chord, I can do that easily by mixing it with that A string instead of having to slide so far down. So I find it good to have extra options for those jumps if you're writing your own chord progressions, or for those who are jammers who just like to know more chords and jam around. You can recognize these in songs now, you know how to play these now, and the arrangements of them, again, with that root note being the red one in all of these pictures. Let's go ahead and look at a quick progression we can use out of this. So let's go with a common 1, 2, 6, 5 progression that I can play with this. We can stick in A major, and I'm going to play these 4 chords here. So for A major, it's the one we were playing. My root note is on the 7th fret, and so the 2 fingers that are barring these bottom 2 are on the 5th fret, and that is my A chord. To get to B, we're going to slide up 2. You can see from 5th fret to 7th fret for these this index finger here. So we're going to slide up 2. For B minor. And then we're going to slide down to F sharp minor, putting our index finger on the 2nd fret, our ring finger on the 4th for that root for F sharp. And we can finish on E major, bringing us down here to play 2nd fret, 1st fret, and these bottom 2 openly. So, all together, A major, B minor, F sharp minor, E minor, or E major, and back again. All right, so that is how we can play a chord progression using these D string chords. For me to pick those chords, you just have to know a bit about chord progressions, which is, again, another topic. But if you need to learn more about that, check out more of our videos here. But that is how you can use D string chords. We're going to look at one other way that's still common, because doing all these slides all over the place is a little bit hard. I started here, I went all the way down there. We're going to look again at those jumps and see how we can include those in a progression like this. And by those jumps, I mean going down to the A string and including that into some of these chords too. So again, we can start off with A major, and let's look at this full progression. We're going to play a 1, 6, 4, 5, with 1 being A. Going down to F sharp again on that 2nd fret with your index finger. And we're going to now go down to our A string root note chords to play D major here. Finish on E major. So that is another 4 chord progression we can look at. Look at those pictures. I'll go through it slowly one more time with our new shapes on these first 2 chords. Some old shapes you should already know, which are really just the A major shapes for that D major and E major. So that is A string, and so we're going to use these 4 strings in the middle. So for that D, for example, we play 5, 7, 7, 7. For that E, we just go up and play 7, 9, 9, 9. So again, all together, A major, F sharp minor, down to D major, finish with E major. All right. And so one more time, there's our picture of those 4 chords. You can see them, you can play them out. Another example of a progression, this one just being a 1, 6, 4, 5, starting with A major. But that is it for D string chords, and just some examples of how you can use them if you are someone who likes to mess around and write your own chord progressions. But here's those 4 again: major, minor, major 7, minor 7. Stick those on the wall, add them to your repertoire. You now know how to recognize those or what they are if you come across them. And that is it for us here at Musicians Edition. I hope you learn and apply these chords on your own. Have fun playing, and we will see you next time.